Alright, let's talk about graphing a linear inequality that's in slope-intercept form like this. This is a little easier than standard form because it's easier to tell which direction that you're going to shade. So here's the deal. Y is less than, so that's going to be a dotted line, because remember, if it's one of these two, it's dotted. On a number line, it would be an open circle. So let's go ahead and graph this right here. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be -4 would be our y-intercept. And then we have a slope of 1, so we just go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. It'd be something like that. So when you're going to graph one of these, what you do is you pretend like it just says equals. Right? Just pretend like it says equals. And then before you draw your line, you go ahead and make a few points, and then you decide what kind of line is it going to be. Is it going to be solid, or is it going to be dotted? This one's dotted. So when I draw my line, instead of drawing a solid line, I'm just going to go ahead and do a dotted line. All right? So if you know how to graph y equals x minus 4, this is almost the same thing. Right? Two extra deals. You got to figure out what kind of line it is. Again, if it's one of those, it's dotted. If it's one of these, it's solid. Okay? Now we have to figure out which way we shade. When it's in slope-intercept form, it's not too bad. Less is down and more is up. So this is less. That's less, and less is down. So you would shade down. And this is greater, and greater is more, and that is up. Now that works when you have it in all the way in slope-intercept form. It doesn't work so great if it's in standard form, which we'll get into in the next video. So anyway, this one is less, so less is down for y, right? Because up is positive, down is negative when you're talking about the y-axis. So everything down here is going to be an answer. Nothing up here is going to be an answer. So let's just pick a number and verify that. So not shaded, 0, 0 is not shaded, so we're expecting 0, 0 to not be an answer. So I'm going to put 0 and 0 for x and y and see if that's true. So is 0 less than -4? No, 0 is more than -4. All negative numbers are smaller. That is a false statement, which is what we expected because that point is not in the shaded region. So just for the sake of clarity, or for an example of one that does work, this point right here, let's say that's 0 and -8. That is in the shaded region, so it should be an answer because the shaded region is where all the answers are. So let's go ahead and check that. So we have x less, or y is less than x minus 4. So let's go ahead and plug in our numbers. -8, 0 minus 4 is -8. Less than -4? It absolutely is. It's more left on the number line. It is smaller. That is a true statement, and that is what we are expecting because it's in the shaded region, so we are good to go.